Well, let me introduce Ms. Joan Jonas, an artist who pioneered new artistic expression by integrating performance art and new media, remaining at the forefront of contemporary art for over 50 years.
It's wonderful to receive this prize. I'm very, and also it's been the way the prize was given and all the dinners and events were beautiful and gracious. And I particularly enjoyed the performances that we saw.
Yeah.
And it's very thrilling to receive this prize.
What made you decide? What made you decide to do this current job?
It was a process that took some time. I was making sculpture. I wanted to work as an artist, and so I studied sculpture and art history, and then gradually I went to New York and I worked with my sculpture, and then in the 60s I saw happenings by visual artists, Klaus Oldenburg and Alan Capro, and by dancers, work by dancers. Dancers and artists were collaborating, Rauschenberg and say Trisha Brown or Deborah Hay, and this form interested me, Lucinda Childs. I was immediately drawn to it because I wasn't satisfied with making objects. I wanted to integrate different forms, for instance, sound, movement, storytelling. Well, when I came in 1970, I was with a friend, Richard Serra, who had a show here. He was in the show in Tokyo. We came to Kyoto and Nara, and I wanted to see the theater, the No Theater. You know, the Irish were very interested in the No drama. William Butler Yeats, they saw a similarity between the No dramas, the writing, and Irish literature, Irish poetry.
I see.
And so I knew already before I came a little bit about No drama. And I was drawn to it, to the poetry of it, of the words, of the plays. And then when I saw it, I was amazed at, I love the simplicity of the props and objects that they use. They can be handmade. One person could make a small note play. And the fact that it was a dance drama or a musical dance, I couldn't understand it. So I was looking at it purely from an outsider point of view. I couldn't understand the language. And they didn't have simultaneous translation then, as they do now. And so I immediately saw the possibilities of the form. You could relate these ideas to other forms of theater and dance, for sure. I love the way the No performers move. They're very incredibly beautiful the way they move. I think, I mean, I'm drawn to, of course, the gardens are beautiful, the calligraphy is beautiful, but the No drama is the one form that I've been drawn to. You know, I've been influenced by many countries. I love Japanese films. Ozu is one of my favorite film directors, Mizoguchi, and so on. The films are absolutely inspiring and beautiful. I was struck the first time I saw a Japanese film, Ugetsu, by Mizoguchi. It was so unique in the way the people spoke and moved. I think that's what attracted me. I'm very interested in other cultures, and also in Ozu, for instance, the camera view is from the floor. It's the way people sit in their houses. So there's many things that that interest me.
Sorry about that.
Well, again, I knew about it before I came. You know, a friend of Namjoon Paik, and no, I'm sure he had it before. And so I came here, and it just seemed logical to buy it here, frankly. The Sony camera altered the way artists work, because they could sit in their own studios with the camera and the monitor, look at themselves, and perform for the camera at the simultaneously, and make work in their own studios, which they couldn't do with a film camera, and see the results immediately. So it had a profound, it was a revolutionary moment to see yourself in time. I think that more and more art and science are coming together. I taught at MIT for 12 years. I think what artists and scientists have in common is the desire to explore, experiment, and invent. And we often don't understand each other. Our languages are so different. It's hard for us to understand each other. But sometimes, now I'm working with a scientist actually on a project. We can come together in different ways. And I think it's, especially after teaching at MIT, I'm interested in. I think I always say that you should love what you do. And you should not be afraid of criticism. Learn how to accept criticism, but don't let it affect you. Because if you don't love what you do, it will be very difficult for you. It is not easy to become an artist. And form small groups. I think in this world in which the art world it used to be concentrated in different cities, but now it's kind of spread out. And the cities are very difficult for artists, young artists. It's very expensive. So wherever you are, I would say form your own peer groups and share your work with other artists and discuss it. And in that way, build a community and communicate. Love what you do and work hard. Have to work hard.